Hi, Malati Vijay Kumar welcoming you once again to Mean Man Cooks. In today's episode, we are going to see a stuffed ridge gourd. That is, birakai kura stuffed with nuvula pudi. Let's see the ingredients required. One nice long ridge gourd which weighs about 300 grams. About 3 tablespoons of white gingerly. 1 to 1.5 tablespoons of urad dal, 5 to 6 red chilies, salt to taste, and about a tablespoon of oil. Now let's light the gas to make the nuvul podi. The wok is hot. We'll just add a few drops of oil and the urad dal. Now we'll add the red chilies. Let it fry nicely. The urad dal has to change color slightly and it has to give out a nice flavor. After we remove this from the wok, we'll add the gingerly seeds. It's changing color now. We can put off the gas. Allow it to cool a little before we add it to the blender jar. Transfer it into a plate and allow it to come to room temperature. Now we've switched on the gas again. You can see it getting hot. Let's add the til seeds. Don't allow this to burn. When you hear the spluttering, quickly switch off your gas. Yes, it has started dancing, and now we'll switch off the gas and fry it in this heat. You can remove the wok from the gas also. We don't want it very hot. Smells really good. I love the flavor of til. It's done. The chilies have also cooled. Let's grind it first. Now let's add the red chilies to the jar and the urad dal. We'll add about half a teaspoon of salt to the blender jar. Now we can add the gingerly seeds. The roasted gingerly has cooled completely. You to double check that, because if you add hot gingerly to the mixer grinder, it will give out the oil and it will form a lump. It's done. It will not be a very fine powder. Oh my God, it smells really delicious. This hard portion is the ridge. That's why this is called the ridge gourd. We will remove this first. In between the ridges, we have the peel. We will keep the peel to make a tohel. So let's remove the ridge first. We've removed the hard ridge from the vegetable. Now it's time to peel it. So this is what you can cut into tiny bits and use to make a tohel. Repeat and ensure that the entire ridge gourd is peeled well. Now let's cut the ridge gourd to about 1 to 1.5 inches in length. We'll slit them into 4 to stuff the powder. Don't let the knife go all the way through. This should do. Now let's stuff the gingerly powder into the slit ridge gourd. Check the salt before you do the stuffing. We'll be adding a little salt for the vegetable as well. Stuff it nicely. and bring it together. Repeat with the next one. We are not using the entire powder that we made. If you have a little excess, no problem. In the end, you can add it to the wok. Now that we are done with the stuffing, let's light the gas. You can see the smoke coming, so we can add about a tablespoon of oil. The oil is also hot, so gently place the stuffed berakai. We'll sprinkle just a little salt. Gently keep turning them so that it doesn't burn. Now I added a little more oil. Ridge gourd is very good for lactating mothers, but I don't know today how many are actually following it. And cover and cook. My mother used to make this on a regular basis, only she never stuffed it with the gingerly powder. She would sprinkle it at the end, but I learnt it from another friend that when you stuff it, it tastes better. Whichever way, ridge gourd and gingerly powder is a very good combination. It's very sweet naturally, so it tastes good. I think it's time to flip the pieces or allow it to cook in its own moisture. It will cook very fast. This has softened already. The larger ones need a little more cooking time. This goes very well with our steamed rice, of course, along with sambar or papu charu, the Bengaluru rasam. You can click on the link above. The rasam and this berakai kura is also a very good combination. Now it's time to flip the pieces over again. You can see the oil slowly oozing out from the sides, which means it's almost done. I can get the smell of the cooked ridge gourd now. So what we'll do, we'll just push them apart a little. We have a little oil in the center. We'll add just another half a spoon of oil there and the remaining novul podi. So that the novul podi also has a nice roasted effect. And now we'll bring them all together. And our stuffed ridge gourd is ready. This is the remaining novul podi that we have here. You can store it and consume it at a later date also. You can have it with steamed rice and nehi, of course. It goes well even with our string hoppers, that is idiyappam. My mom used to make that as well. She would make a sweet version of the novul podi as well. That also goes well with the string hoppers. You're making tamarind rice, you can add a little of this gingerly powder. That gives a very good flavor to the tamarind rice. It generates a little heat. Naturally, gingerly generates heat. So go slow on it, or always ensure you have ghee or gingerly oil along with it. I'm sure this has motivated you to cook. Do try it and give your feedback. For the recipe, click on minman.com for all your non-veg requirements as well. click on meanman.com and place your orders. Do follow us on FIT, that is Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. I'm sure you enjoyed it as much as I enjoyed showing it to you. Thank you.